right, Gene Galin here with the Chatham Journal, Chatham Chat List, and I'm with Brandon and Brian, and we're at Hubie's at Northwood Landing. And they're, look at this, they're pointing it, and they got the flags flying just on cue, and it's a father-son combination. Yes, I got to ask, Brian, how'd you decide on the name Brandon before we start talking?
Oh my goodness, that was a tough one. Yeah.
That was a tough one?
That was a tough one early on.
Do we have to come back to that question later on?
That's okay. I think my wife at the time, we loved that name, so we thought that would fit.
Oh, okay.
Smooth.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we're all set. We got the important stuff out of the way. All right. Father-son combination. You're starting up Hubie's. You've been open for several weeks.
Yeah.
Why Pittsboro? Why now?
Pittsboro, we've always lived close by, right? So I was born in the Raleigh, and I was raised in the Cary area, so right at Greenup High School. If anyone knows Greenup High School, that's where I went to school. And so we've always loved this area. You lived here for, I don't know how many years over in the Cary area.
40, 50 years, yeah.
40, 50 years. So growing up, we were always around this Pittsboro area, around Lake Jordan, the Hall River, kind of taking trips over that. So we've just naturally gravitated over to here and just really kind of fell in love with the spot, and obviously the opportunity, just something that we just wanted to jump on top of for all those reasons.
Now, is this your first car wash endeavor?
Yes, sir.
It is, yeah. This is number one.
All right. Well, I asked you why Pittsboro, why now? Why a car wash?
Well, I think there are a lot of reasons for that. I think the community needs it. That was one thing that we found out when we were looking around for a place to be. And I think it's a fun business.
Yeah,
I
it really is
enjoy
fun.
that. I love cars, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a car collector guy, so I love that stuff. I love being around people. It's a customer service type of business, and we both have had businesses that do have businesses in customer service, and we just love doing it.
Yeah, big
What
people.
we love.
Big people.
Yeah.
Big people view.
Yeah.
Favorite car? I'm asking your dad all the tough questions here.
That's a really tough one.
Well, you set yourself up. You said you were a car guy.
I got a lot of classic. I'd probably say 69 Chevrolet Camaro.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And have you seen Mr. Weldon's car over there, the Bel Air at the McDonald's yet?
I have not.
You need to run over there.
haven't
You need to run out there some morning when he only drives that thing when it's really nice weather outside.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's a classic.
Okay.
So you need to be aware of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you decided on the car wash. Why this kind of setup? Because how many vacuum stations do you have?
Yeah, we have 24, and they're oversized parking spots, so you have more than enough room. So even if you want to vacuum both sides at the same time, and there's still someone next to you, you still could. Mm-hmm. So we have 24 oversized.
All right.
Let me just say one unique feature of our
this is
car
different.
wash that makes it different is our drive-in over here. We have a manned kiosk, which most car washes do not have.
All right, let's start walking towards the
take a
manned
look at it,
kiosk.
Okay.
Why did you opt to go with a manned kiosk?
Customer service.
Customer service.
All right.
Yep.
Customer service.
We want it face to face.
Yeah, and make sure that people have their questions like answered, and they feel they can ask questions instead of just pulling up like most of their car washes is just a screen. And so you're just left to have to try and figure it out yourself. I'd rather give people the answers that they may be looking for to make sure they're making the right decision when they pull up to get a car wash.
All right, so if I come in this first bay, we'll talk about pricing a little bit. If I come in this first bay, I roll right up to this window,
Yep.
and someone will open up that window.
Yeah. Right now they're inside. We're switching out a POS system. So
Okay.
yeah, typically they open that window, they answer your questions and get whatever you need. Obviously we have a menu right here, but we have someone that's more than educated on answering your questions that you have.
So I don't have to talk to an automated response thing. I've got a real person here.
Yes,
However, that's if I run into the first bay, first lane, but I've got two other lanes. So what happens when I come into lane number 2 or lane number 3?
So lane number 2 and lane number 3. So specifically on lane number 2, if you're having a day where you don't want to talk to people, you still can come to this lane right here.
Okay.
So you still can buy single washes. You can still buy memberships all from this lane. You can use this as credit card and touch to pay. So you can use that right here. This does not take cash. So if you are cash, you do have to go to our pay lane, but you can still get anything else that you want car wash wise from this station. And moving on to lane 3, it is the exact same. You can buy from this lane. However, a special thing for our members is this is our members lane.
Okay, you got the signs up there. You got members, credit card, cashier.
Yeah. And so if you see something cool right here,
And you got to thank you, Wash Club members. Oh, we got something cool.
yes.
I like cool stuff.
So for the members lane, right? It's all coded to your license plate.
Okay.
And so when you pull up, this scans your license plate. So if you are a member and you sign up for membership, this will read your plate. So it automatically opens the gate so you flow right through.
Okay.
So it takes about no time to pull on through, and then you don't have to wait on anybody in line.
Now, this isn't an HOV lane, so I can come if I'm just by myself.
Come in here.
Right. I don't have to have 2 or 3 more people in the
By the
vehicle
way,
with me.
the license plate reader works in every lane.
Oh, okay.
It does. It works in every lane. This is specific for members.
Specific for members.
So if for some reason the member line happens to be long and I go into lane number 2, I would still have to pay with a credit card, or would it recognize that I'm a member?
It can recognize your member. All 3 have the same cameras.
Oh, okay.
Even if for
lane.
some reason 3 and 2 are stacked, you got lane 1 will still recognize your license plate.
That makes it convenient.
It
Yeah,
does.
very convenient.
All right, we'll talk about memberships later, but let's backtrack a little bit. I noticed an important sign up there. Brandon and I had talked about this before we started recording, is the fact that there's a lot of folks that drive trucks in Pittsboro, whether they live here or they're working here. And one of the important things is what?
On the trucks?
Yes.
So with the trucks itself, you do have to have your bed cleaned out. You
Okay.
can't have bed covers, and it's okay to have trailer hitches. But if you have an open bed, you do have to make sure it's cleaned out, because we'll get to it at some point, but we have 18 blowers. Most car washes have 12. We wanted to go 18 because we really want to get that car dry.
Was that your dad's idea?
It's, I mean, partially it was both of our idea. Ultimately, we really wanted to give the best product we possibly can, which is a clean car. But with those blowers, obviously, if you got anything in here, it'll just blast it everywhere. And so that is why we say clean out your truck bed.
So if I have a one of those shelves in the back, but it's bolted down and closed, that's fine. It's just you don't want loose stuff running around in the back.
Correct. Yeah, like loose, like mulch back here, gas cans, anything like that.
Anything
but if
that
it's
can
bolted
fly out.
in, you could have like a anything that's bolted in, you're good.
Right, gotcha. All right, that sounds good.
Yeah.
How'd you decide to go with 18 blowers versus 12? Do you kind of like mix and match this thing? Is this like a Lego set operations where you figure I want to plug this in here and I want to plug this in here, or how'd you come up with this final design?
So there's specific standards. However, we wanted to go above those standards, and so we kind of pumped ours up a little bit more to produce a better product. So while there are standards for most car washes, we just got ours a little bit better.
All right, and Brandon's going to take me through a car wash. We're going to do a video, and he's going to talk about all those different standards. How about the vacuum cleaners? You got oversized lanes, but those things look like they could, you have to be careful with them because they could suck a finger off or something. No, they can't. Just kidding, folks.
No, he's just playing. He's playing. But yeah, there's 24 of them. Another cool thing over here is the fact that yes, these vacuums are free. We have 2 other things. We have a free mat wash, 2 free mat washers. So if you have mats, you want to get them clean, you can run through those mat washers. Those are very easy to use. Along with that, as we do have trays. I don't know if you can zoom in, but we have carts out here that have microfiber towels, and they also have glass cleaner. And so we have the vacuums, we have the mat cleaners, and we also have the glass cleaner and these microfiber towels, all held down by these cute little hockey pucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, your dad said you said you like clean cars.
I do.
So if somebody isn't properly cleaning their car, do you come out and say something to them, or just
Oh, no.
He's here to assist.
I'll come out.
If
and say,
anyone
"How you
needs
doing?"
assistance,
and
we will
just-
help.
yeah.
you will help?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you got pretty much. Well, actually, I ran through here last Sunday because
Okay.
I had all that pollen on my car because I hadn't driven around for a week, and it did a very nice job cleaning up. And we'll talk about that as going through. Anything else we need to concentrate on here before we start talking about your different packages?
I think we're good. Do you have any questions? Anything comes in mind?
No, I'm sure I'll have something. There's a towel return as well.
Towel returns.
All right, here we come to the Express Car Wash, and I like that. It is family owned and operated.
Yep.
And you're living in town now too, aren't you?
Power place.
Yeah, because your
right
dad mentioned that, and your dad's looking for some land, but we're not going to get into that.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about what you have. Let's talk about the single wash first,
Yeah.
the add-ons, and then let's finish up with the unlimited club.
Yes, sir. So just as you stated, obviously we have 4 different service levels, we'll call them.
All right.
4 different washes. So on the right side of these these washes, you have the single wash pricing. So it ranges from $27 for a single wash all the way down to $12. And then on the left side of these washes, we have our membership prices. So it goes from $49.95 all the way down to $23.95. A key with the pricing itself is if you live around here, if you're going to be going at least just twice a month, obviously if you do the math up here, it's going to be cheaper and you're going to save money going to the membership.
Okay.
Right? With every single wash level. So obviously if you wanted a Hubie's choice, you really wanted to do the best for your car, 27 times 2 times a month is $54 compared to $49.95. And the key with the membership is that you can come once every single day of the month. Every single day.
You mean I can't go around in a circle over and over again the same day?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Just once a day.
Yeah, just once a day, every single day.
All right. How long does the membership last? Is it 30 days?
There's no contract for it. It's 30-day renewals, and it just rolls over renewal. So you have a card on file, and then just so every month it'll hit. If you want to pause it or cancel it at any time, you certainly can. Otherwise, we got you covered. So all you can do is pull through, scan your license plate, you're good to go. You never have to worry about talking to anybody.
All right. So if I started February 1st, it'd run into what comes after February? March. If I started off April 15th, it would run into May 15th. Is that basically how it works?
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah, it's the day you sign up.
All right. Let's talk about you start with the basic. What is my underbody wash?
So the underbody wash, we have sprayers, specifically like it would be best you to say it's snowing outside. There's a lot of salt that get put on the roads. Salt is very bad for really like anything metal, especially underneath the car. It can cause some rust. But what it is specifically is we have sprayers. Like if you look at in between, and you might be able to see this when you pull in actually with your car, but we have the two like belts where your tires go on, and in the middle there, like I said, there's sprayers. So that sprays up underneath your car to really actually fully clean the car underneath, not just on the sides and the top.
Yeah. Dirt and debris coming off the road, oil stuff, it just emulsifies underneath the car.
We didn't want it for, like, again, product is everything, quality is everything, so we didn't just want to get the sides and top, we wanted to get the full car, so even to include the bottom.
And the word of the day is emulsify. Yeah. All right. Let's talk tire shine and triple coat.
Tire shine and triple coat. So triple coat is a detergent, right? So it's another detergent that really helps get on that car, coat it down, break down all the mud, all the bug guts, anything on your car. Ultimately, that helps break it down, so once it goes through the brushes, it can really get it off and clean it. With that tire shine, obviously, most people probably know tire shine is going to really give you that nice, clean look on those tires when you pull out. You know, tires are like shoes to a car. Having a nice set of shoes is really nice to have, so ultimately, I highly recommend always getting tire shine.
Now, the tire shine, is that just concentrating on the tires, or what about the wheel portion of it?
It's going to hit both.
It's going to hit both.
It's going to clean your wheels as well as it's going to put tire shine on the tires.
All right, so we got tire shine covered triple coat. Let's see what's in Hubie's choice.
Hubie's choice.
We've got the ceramic coat UV protection. We already mentioned the tire shine, so let's talk about these two.
Yeah, so I think the ceramic coat and the UV protectant are a mix between carnauba base and just like lipid based products. So ultimately, they're protectants for the vehicle, right? And this is the only selection, the only wash that has these, which is why we always try to recommend this, because it's not just with all these you wash and you're creating a really clean car, but with this Hubie's choice, you're actually starting to protect the vehicle and the coat of the vehicle itself.
And that makes you happy as a car.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Protect your investment.
How do we come up with that name?
What?
You told us how you told us how you came up with Brandon's name. Now we want to know how we came up with Hubie's name.
I have to be completely open here.
Well, yeah.
My first name is Hugh. Middle name is Brian. Last name Glover. Hugh B. Glover. I personally wasn't a big fan of the Hubies, but
it's odd.
Brandon and my daughter Jessica, they loved it, and they convinced me that it's a family-owned and operated business. It makes sense, so we're going to call it Hubies.
Now, do you have any grandkids?
Not yet.
Okay, we're not even going to go there. No, the reason we bring this up is my question is, when you become a granddaddy, are your grandkids going to be calling you Hubie?
Oh, that's a good name. I like that.
Probably.
We'll figure that out when it
You'll
comes.
figure that out. All right.
Probably Grandpa.
Grandpa, I don't know. It might be easier for a grandchild to say, "Hey, Hubie."
We'll find out. My favorite of the logo is the Busy Bee.
All right.
The Busy Bee, and it was we had a lot of fun.
Shout out to Tony
our logo.
Burton.
Tony
All
Burton.
right,
You know
Tony.
Tony Bird?
Yeah, Tony came up with that.
Yeah,
Yep.
Tony. We worked with Tony for this logo,
it was
so
a
he
combination.
did a great job.
And we love him. And
What other animals or logos were you thinking about besides a bee?
Honestly, there wasn't another one. This is the one that I mean, obviously with the bee, it popped and it just made sense, and we weren't thinking any other one. There's no other one that came up.
We love the bee theme,
Right.
because you know, everybody likes bees. Bees are good for the environment. They pollinate. You know.
Yeah, they make messes of your car.
Well, I think they're great. I
They're
personally
great for the environment.
have a lot of respect for the bees because you know they help the crops, they help the farmers, they help all of us, and they're really you know, really great God's creatures, and I just love them. And I think for us it was a fun bee theme on anything that we come up with, and we centered around that.
Yeah, we're big on environmental friendliness. That's another key about this car wash.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that when we go through the car wash. Okay, I think I've got everything covered here. Is there anything else we need to cover? Because I actually want to go look at your mat wash, because when people say mat wash, it means different things to different folks. So let's take a look at what makes this mat wash special.
What makes it special? You gotta really get your mats clean.
Oh, there you go.
Point blank system.
You know,
Better
simple
product.
question. Better product.
Better product and easy for our customers.
It's simple, not complicated. It's a mat wash.
Well, I think that makes it easy for everybody.
So ultimately, what you got to do is you just come up here. It's obviously we have two, right? So this is where you put it in. You never have to worry about your hands getting caught in here, or even kids' hands. It's so far back here that it's not going to grab your hand. So I could literally run this and stick my hand here and try to get it caught. It's not going to get it caught.
Yeah, let's now listen
Don't
to that.
try it.
Yeah, let's now listen to
Don't
that
try
suggestion.
it. I'm just saying to calm anybody's fears. So when we look at this thing, all you gotta do is make sure it's turned on, so the water is turned on, and then you literally just hit this start button, and then give it some time. This thing is on. You see the detergent and the water come out. Then you make sure your mat is face down, and you just slowly feed it in, and then your mat's gonna pop out of the bottom right down here. It's gonna pop out, and you can grab it, and then you're good to go. It's that simple.
All right, let's look at what you're saying. We love your flat floor. So you're taking both carpeted mats as well as vinyl and rubber, but you don't take stuff that's like custom.
Yeah, the molded ones, they won't go through.
Gotcha.
They won't go through, right? If they're really stuff like WeatherTechs.
If they have really
Yeah,
high
WeatherTech,
sides, I think
right.
about an inch is about all.
Now, a little bit of mold is fine.
Yeah.
Like if it's like the edge is a little bit molded, but if they're like they're like deep weld kind of, then you can't put them in here.
Your WeatherTech type mat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that's
are
what I was
looking
thinking.
into other mat washers for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if I have moldy, if I'm not the most sanitary kind of person, I have moldy mats, I can run that through there, can't I?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, because they'll clean it out.
Yeah, this is going to clean it.
This is not just water. This also has
This has suds.
detergent
If you
in
look
it.
down there, there's detergent.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So this is a true cleaner. This is not just a brush and water.
it's
This
a
is a true cleaner.
All right, look at that, man. Hey, we learned something new. Anything else we need to do before Brandon takes me to the tunnel of wash?
Key thing is just when you pull up, these are all individual vacuums, so
Yep.
all you have to do is just push that start button, and I believe it runs for about 3 or so minutes.
Yep,
So
5
if it
minutes.
turns off, 5 minutes. If it turns off, just got to hit it again.
So this was that? Yeah, go ahead and hit it. All right. So wait. Yeah, oh, there you go. Yeah, it gets you.
It's nice. It's nice, but it's not too much. It's the perfect zone.
All right. You had a soft start a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I know you had to, and that's the interesting thing. You folks were nice enough where you could come in during the soft open and get your car washed for free. And I know a lot of people came through, and I know Pittsboro Feed came through, and they mentioned one of your pieces of equipment there was slightly out of line. So you did a lot of tweaking of that first weekend. How'd that all work out for you?
Yeah, we're dialing it in. You know, the key, there's a lot more involved in these car washes than most people can think. Like even with the wraps, like everything is timed specifically. There's 2 different pulse counts on a vehicle. So as soon as you go through this wall, which I'll call down when we drive through, it notices the front of the car and then it notices the back of the car. And so everything within this car wash is timed based off of those 2 specific parts of your vehicle. And so when things spray, like the chemical or the detergent that goes onto it, the wraps that are timed out, it's specific to that pulse timing. And so we're just really trying to dial it in. And that we can't do that until we get more and more cars go through. And so as we get more cars, we've just gotten better and better every single day.
All right, this is a question for both of you, and you can answer it any way you want. What's put the biggest smile on each one? What things have put the biggest smile on each of your faces individually about this whole venture that you got going with this father-son combination here?
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'll say for me it's working with my son. all along it's been, you know, a blessing for me to be working and partnering with my son Brandon, and it's a dream come true for me. And for me, that puts a big smile on my face. The other things that do put a smile on my face is talking to the people that come out here. I love our staff here. We have great employees. We have great managers, and everybody's just fun to work with, and the public, everybody, we're getting to know the community really well, and I just love that.
Well, that's partly because you have your customer window there. It's not just a drive-through and put your credit card through.
But we also get out here where people are vacuuming. We talk to people. We get to know them. That's what I love to do.
What's your most unique customer interaction experience?
I think it was the other day with the solar eclipse.
Oh, really?
I was talking to a person, and they were talking about, what it meant, and, some things that might happen and all this other stuff. And I was listening for about 20 minutes on what the solar eclipse might do and what it might mean for us, and, the ramifications of it.
Right. Well, it's good
It's an interesting story.
It's good you got this car washed in before the end of time. All right. I know what your first answer's got to be. What's put the biggest smile on your face about doing this with your dad?
So far, this entire process. So a little bit of background is we've been on this journey for 4.5 years. Yeah. This has been a 4.5 years.
Wait a minute. When you say on this journey, what exactly do you mean?
So on the journey of figuring out what we wanted to do together.
Yeah. What kind of business?
And this is just how it manifested in Hubie's Express Car Wash. So this has been a 4.5 year journey of figuring out what we want to do together. Yeah. And this just happened to be how it manifested.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back 4.5 years.
Yeah.
What was the point where you said, yeah, we got to do this together?
That's unique. I was just looking at other just other opportunities of business. I love business. I have a landscape design and construction business based out of Charlotte, and I was just he had another business that he recently sold, and I was just looking for something different. I think that he's always wanted to partner with me. I've always wanted to kind of partner with him, and I just started diving in and look at other things, and then I brought it up to him one day. I was like, hey, this is kind of what I'm looking at, and then it just molded into what it is today. And I've absolutely loved every single second of it.
Most unique customer interaction experience for you?
There's one specific moment. I wish I remembered her name.
You don't have to name names.
This first name, I wouldn't say first and last name, but the reason why is because it was a great experience.
Okay.
Really great person, great people. It was, I think, the first day we were open, and I was in the pay station with one of our staff members. Just we were in there having a good time, and they pulled up, and she had all her girlfriends in the vehicle, and she was just going wild, like, Hubie's is finally open. I can't believe we're here at Hubie's. And it was like flipping out and just having a really great time. And so it was just, from having this 4.5 year experience to having that first day and have someone being super excited and their whole friends being excited, just really made it real. Mm-hmm. And that's a moment that I will never forget.
Now, you don't allow drinking and driving going through the car wash, because they look like they're having a bachelorette party inside of Hubie's car wash tunnel.
Driving through. Hey, we're all about having fun, just responsibly.
Yeah, responsibly. That's right.
Yeah.
But you can text while you're going through there, can't you?
Yeah, you put it in neutral. You take your foot off the brake, and basically you're
hands off the wheel.
Your hands off the wheel. You're taking a ride, so you can do whatever you want to do in your vehicle.
All right,
responsibly,
as long as it's legal.
Yes.
Let's wrap this up, because we're going to go with Brandon through the car wash. Brian and Brandon, what else do folks in Chatham County, Pittsboro, need to know about your operation here?
I mean, aside from we're a family-based business, we're people first. You can always come and talk to us. You can call us. You can email us, or really just come talk. We're pretty much always here. There's always, if not one of us here, some are great managers and just great people around here. So come on, ask us questions, come hang out, just come talk.
There you go.
We'd love for you to come and meet us and join our family here.
Now, is there a limit as to how long you want people talking to you? You mentioned it's like 20 minutes?
There's no limit.
No limit.
No limit. All right, so folks, the B&B brothers, or the B&B combination, are here. Brian and Brandon. You need to come out and visit them. We're at Hubie's. We're going to go through the car wash with Brandon. He's going to tell us everything he can about it. Plus, we're going to bring up a concern that some people have raised that Brandon's going to tackle head on. Gentlemen, thank you so much.